So when last we left, you guys had went. You guys had been sent on a mission by the guild leader to go find out where the dwarves had went. You found yourselves underground, back in the Underdark, at the dwarven city that you had uncovered with the dwarven expedition. It is a much different place than you left it. A new regime seems to have been taken over by your old friend Ardrin, and you were thrown in prison. Luckily, you were free. You were freed by the efforts of Albrecht and Sarah Sigvaldi, and Albrecht informed you that to defeat the golems that had been patrolling the village, that your weapons were ineffective against, you needed to find a special sealant to break through their protections. And that's where we last left. You're now all kind of you had just gotten back with the weaponry you got from you got from the armory and officers' hideout, and you're now all in the top floor of an abandoned building, kind of doling out the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, were we able to get armor for Rogar?
I got a leather armor.
Okay. Right. Well, I think we should, do the plan then. First step, find the pool, use it, then destroy it, and then find the source. What do you guys think?
It's about a best. It's as good a plan as any at this moment. Because right now, we really can't do much against these golems. And I shudder to think what kind of golem that turned Gideon into.
Yeah.
Well, should we spend the night or should we get going as soon as possible?
Didn't we already take a rest?
We did a short rest, I believe.
No, we took a long rest.
For convenience sake, we'll say you did not take a rest yet.
Okay.
Huh?
Well. Oh, take a short rest. Need my key to do that whole silence thing if we see a golem. I'm running low on that.
Well, during the short rest, I bind the new adamantine sword to myself.
Okay, you do the necessary rituals and markings and runes to bind that sword to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This does clear out your other sword.
Actually, it clears out my dagger.
Clears out your dagger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say his name wrong.
You guys gonna do watches or what?
We're only taking a short rest. Yeah, let's.
You're just doing a short rest?
Yeah.
Just a short rest for right now.
Okay.
I'm not hurt. Is anyone hurt?
No, it was just mostly I needed that short rest to do the binding, and you needed that short rest to recover some ki.
Right.
Is there anything that
Albrecht, where's the pool?
As far as I remember, the pool's deep beneath the city, through the tunnels that the canals have unearthed.
Do you recall how heavily guarded the tunnels are?
Tunnels are usually patrolled by the mages or the larger golems. They're sparsely guarded. The golems seem to be more present around the city than around the temples. We'll have to be careful to sneak around, not be seen by them.
Absolutely.
You have an idea of where we should enter?
When I saw it, it was over by the main temple. We weren't supposed to enter, the one that's highly guarded. It's deep below that.
So, Flux, can we assume we're pretty much know the lay of the land of the city? Not in the current side. I mean, map wise.
Rephrase that. What do you mean?
I mean, can we assume we understand the layout of the city via the map?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Well then, by the main temple, do you mean the one where Aldrin was staying in, or the one where we
One
suspect the source is coming from?
The one Arjun that remains in the main command temple he seems to be commanding the spider from.
And seeing we might be able to, from our position, head due. Okay, so that's north, due south, and get there. It seems like, for the most part, this area is sparsely populated of everything. So I hope we don't attract too much attention. Does anyone have a better idea?
Unfortunately, no. I'm kind of sparse with ideas.
I mean, best I can do is help keep an eye out for things, and that's really all I can do. That's help you out. You guys can see in the dark. I can't. And I am not risking taking my magical longsword out because that thing will produce light.
All right. Then Arbrick, do you want us to lead the way?
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll follow behind the rear.
All right.
All right.
Well, stealth check to move silently now.
Yep.
I
I guess from all of us.
This week just get there, just to walk silently through the streets is what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. To basically stealth, walk silently, not be seen, that sort of thing.
Not to be noticed, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Can you give me one for all of you?
Ooh. Ouch.
Thank God you had
Wait,
that modifier.
Is this move silently? Or is this a straight stealth check?
It's to be just a straight raw stealth.
Okay.
This is combining moving silently and a bunch of other stuff to not be seen in the street.
Oh, I don't have my boots anyways. I don't have advantage on those.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
All I can say is I'm thankful you have that much of a modifier.
Alright, since I'm probably leading the pack, I would like to do an active perception check to keep a lookout for anything I might notice on our way. Any golems, any people, any guards, anything like that.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
19. Even with our stealth checks, I'm gonna try to stick to the back alleys, not the main streets.
Okay. Every now and then you kind of stop the group as you hear the sound of the large footsteps of the one of the bigger golems going by, or you guys kind of duck down as Parn points out one of the mages flying overhead. Then you get to the canals relatively unseen.
As we're here, I'm also gonna like take a quick look like in the sky, see if it looks like there's like a soul circling around us. Should I just like a perception check, or would I just be able to see that?
You'd just be able to see that. You don't see any souls circling around you.
Okay. All right, guys. I don't think we've been seen.
Okay. Right, let's head. Where's the nearest tunnel from where we are right now?
Okay, so you guys went through the city unseen, slipping past the patrols, and then you kind of went down the steps leading into the canal, into the wet, kind of muddy canals, and you continued past. Canals are, even though they're kind of barren and open, luckily for you, they don't seem to be patrolled that much, and they seem to be ignored strangely. And you guys make your way to about to here. You remember this is the area where you guys split teams before.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Parn, before we, I'm whispering like into Parn's ear. Parn, call me paranoid, but doesn't it seem like it was a bit too easy for us to get here undetected?
Not really. When we were traveling earlier, it seems like the city, for all the dwarven utopia talk, is very sparsely populated. Um,
I hope that's the case.
definitely these canals. Every time we've gone through them, there's been nothing, nobody. It's like they're avoided, like the plague.
Which fills me with dread as to why that is, assuming it's not a trap.
You ever think maybe since this is the way into everything, they're forbidden by Ardren, and that's why no one comes down here?
There's a possibility.
All right. Is there a tunnel entrance facing the temple?
There is not.
What's the closest one?
There's one kind of to your you're looking at the temple. There's one kind of to the right. Seems to go down and off into the darkness.
Right. We all know the plan. We all know the route. We know the way. 30 feet ahead, y'all follow. If you hear anything, come running.
Got it.
All right. It's time for me to try to fully stealth.
Oh.
And I hope I roll better.
Quick question before that. Is Sigvaldi in the box, or is he out?
Sigvaldi's out.
All right. So okay, and I assume that Tarwin is with us as well on his back.
Tarwin's walking beside Sigvaldi.
Okay.
Oh, much better. All right. Follow me in, and I go in.
All right. 30 feet behind. And, guess I'm holding on to both Sigvaldi and Sarah because she can see in the dark.
Can I just say it's still weird the Dragonborn are a race that don't get that?
Couldn't they do that in like 3.5?
I don't know. What do we exactly see in the tunnels? Are they carefully carved? Are they look like they were like chewed out by moles? How are the tunnels exactly?
The tunnels seem to be well made. Like you can you no, you're a lumberjack. You're not stonework. You change that.
I thought it was mason.
Well made. This isn't a mine. You've been in mines before. You've also been being someone who kind of roams the wild. You've seen animal made holes. These are kind of carefully well made. They remind you of like temple hallways. Well constructed, well held up, well decorated kind of halls, but everything kind of has a grimy film over it, and has been kind of worn down. You can assume maybe from the rush of water that it used to be covering these areas, and the passage of water through the centuries.
So I'm gonna look.
This isn't something that it was made hastily.
Okay. Before Parn does what he does, I'm just gonna quickly drag 2 fingers across the wall just to try and get some of that film off. Would that be I'd like to identify what kind of film it is. If it's algae or something like that, would that be a nature check or survival check or
check? It's some kind of lichen. It's kind of grown on the wall.
A lichen. Does that remind me of the myconids we saw, or those? Never mind. Those would be completely different. Never mind.
I mean,
would they?
Would. Yes, if you go back very far, but only in the same way you're similar to a lizard, or Parn is similar to a chipmunk, kind of. The way if you go way back,
Parn is
back,
very
kind of,
much like a chipmunk.
If you break it down to its most basic thing, yeah, kind of. Like the same way, and a rock is similar to the bird. A rock is similar to a seagull.
Fascinating.
I would like to look around as I'm walking down, watching the ceiling as well. Do I see any pictures on the walls that survive? Any murals to tell a tale? Anything like that on the ceiling, on the upper wall, on the floor, if that helps?
You see what kind of looks like it may have used to been like murals or paintings or kind of sculptures, but nothing that really seems to survive the test of time.
All right.
So it's like been eroded away.
All right. I'm going to do another perception check as I move to specifically to listen, not really looking, but to listen for anything. By the way, since we've been around the golems for a while now, do they have a specific sound? Do they like buzz with energy or anything?
The bigger ones, the big ones, the giant ones, are very easy to hear as they come along. They aren't quiet. The smaller ones, if you kind of passively hear, there's kind of a small whirring sound. The mages, you haven't been around close enough, but as far as you can tell, the mages make no sound whatsoever.
Okay, I will do my best.
Yeah, I'll just have my head on a swivel.
All right, 20, and I will continue walking down.
Okay, you continue down the well kind of defined tunnels. Every now and then, you kind of stop and have a kind of sudden worry and kind of speak around one of the tunnels when you see one of the one of the mages or one of the larger golems kind of pass off further by. There was one point where we walk out into the tunnel, only to quickly hear the sound of the whirring coming down, and you note and you see behind you some of the golems, and you have to quickly jump back into kind of one of the alcoves to hide. But other than that, you seem to get through pretty quietly.
How many alcoves like that are there? Is it like I'm trying to imagine like this place was filled with statues that are no longer there. Are there like places where there like
No,
used to be?
not a statue. Imagine it's in kind of a half oval, an ovaloid entrance, and the walls as you go down, it's kind of imagine pillars, but not poking, not like fully separated from the walls. Kind of decorative. They're not actually don't seem to be holding the walls up, but decorative look like they're pillars, or every now and then there'll kind of be a hole where you can kind of see where there may have been a brazier before the water covered this area,
Oh,
or
fair
that kind
enough.
of thing. And the walls themselves, like at head level or where dwarven head level would be, is kind of like engravings on the wall, or like small or kind of sculptures. Nothing. This isn't a large area where the statues are standing out. This is all kind of carved into the walls.
Okay. While the murals and paintings may have not survived, have any, as I look around, have any of the statues that carve, well, they're not statues, any of the stone carvings survived to tell a tale? Have I picked up anything out of them?
Um, you can kind of make out a bit. Nothing is well like made out anymore. It's kind of just blobs doing things. But you can make out bits where there's like one blob being look with a bunch of other blobs away from him or her, or blobs in groups, blobs fighting other blobs, and other blobs meeting, that kind of thing. But nothing you can really piece together. You can't really tell what any of this means anymore. Times the ages have kind of eroded anything that would really make any distinguishing marks.
Essentially, every time Parn has looked to try to get more information, it's essentially both time and water has wiped the slate clean.
Yes.
Okay. Then Parn's probably gonna stop doing that now. Continuing down, I'm gonna wait and hold up, and I'm gonna put my fist up, like a hand signal to stop.
We stop.
All right, and then I'm going to turn around. Can I see them clearly? I can. Sorry. Stop asking stupid questions. I turn around and I point to Albrick and I motion for him to come up.
Albert kind of comes over. Yes.
All right. So from where we are now, we've been traveling a little bit. Where was it the last time you saw it?
To be honest, I don't exactly remember the path. I just remember I got lost down here and I eventually found it. He kind of closes his eyes for a second. We're near the depth where it is, so we're around the right area, but I don't know how close we are to it.
Um, since you're taking up the rear, keep your ears open. You've seen me jump back a few times and in alcoves and motion y'all. There's not a lot of them down here, but there's definitely some of them down here. I would ask that you continue to keep eyes on the rear.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to. All right, from where I am right now, can I tell direction?
Like the
I mean,
cardinal directions?
You can tell left, right, back and forward, but north, south, east, and west, no.
Okay. Do I have anything that would help me with that? Let me see.
Unless you hit it up your butt.
No, I'm not a compass. I'm looking at abilities real quick. I'm sorry. What does it do again? Wanderer, remember perfectly trained. No, that wouldn't help me. All right, I'm gonna do a survival check and try to find my way. Basically, I'm trying to guide us closer to where I know the main temple is. If that makes sense. Can I do that?
No, because you don't really know where you're going.
Fair enough. All right. Well, then I'll just continue on. I know. Wait. All right. We know this pool is well used, right? Can I do a survival check and look at the ground to see if I can notice a pattern of footprints or look for a mass of them to kind of give me a direction where where traffic continually happens?
Okay. Yeah, give me a survival or perception, whichever one you wish to do.
It's my highest. Oh, they're the exact same thing. Darn. 19 for, let's say, perception, because this seems like more of a perception thing.
Okay. That's something you would have needed to define beforehand, but okay.
No, you said it. Perception or survival.
Well, yes, but you can't just roll and then say, this is a perception check.
Well, they're the exact same number.
Okay. Still, something I would prefer you.
Yes, sir.
I'll roll perception. I'll roll survival, that kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Because they would get different results. So you kind of navigate your way around and try to look at areas which would seem to have the most foot travel. Kind of following that, you eventually come to a part of the tunnel that's kind of bathed in a faint bluish light, and you can kind of hear voices from further down the tunnel.
Okay, I'm going to hold up my hand again. Stop. And I'm going to motion for Sarah to come up.
All right, I move up. What is it, pardon?
I hear voices. We all can see the blue light. Now, I want you to head back. I want everybody to come up. Tell them we need to decide if we're all going to go together, or if I'm gonna scout ahead at this point.
Okay. I make my way back up. Arn wants us to move up with him. We need to decide if we're going together or we're gonna do this a different way. Yep.
Does it look like there's like any like branching paths that could get us in there, like alcoves or something that we could hide it in to get closer?
The light seems to be coming from one single tunnel. There isn't any like branching paths that it seems to come from.
How close would it look like we could get to it before we start like it being bathed in light, or at least somewhat exposed by the light?
You feel like you can get a little bit up to the light. It's just kind of a faint glow, like seen from far away. You don't feel like you'd be bathed by it. You're kind of going towards it.
Okay.
Is it dim light with shadows, or is it like dim and bright light?
It's kind of a faint, kind of ethereal glow. You don't see any shadows coming from it.
Okay.
And do I see souls up ahead?
You see a congregation of some, yes.
The Looks like we got some company up ahead.
Well, that's up to you guys. Parn's just sitting there keeping an eye and an ear out till you guys decide.
Alright, so it's just that one path. The only way in is through there. We don't see any, like, what looks like doors or hallways on the sides. Correct?
Yes.
Can I estimate roughly how far away the souls are? Like, how many feet? Like, are they like 100 feet away, 200 feet, something like that?
You can give me a survival check, a perception check.
Perception, okay.
And you can't really judge it that well.
Okay, can't judge how far, but it's definitely a good number.
I say we just all go in.
We may as well. At the very least, stick to the wall.
Okay. I
Also,
head back to the
speaking
barn.
speaking of the wall, is it also covered like with that like film-like substance as it was like earlier in on the tunnel, or no?
Oh, the kind of lichen?
Yeah.
No, actually, kind of looking at this wall, everything kind of seems to be scraped clean.
Well, this place is important enough for them to keep clean. Anyway.
Yeah, it's less. Less looks like it was a job to keep it clean, more like just large things moving through the tunnel, kind of scraped against the walls enough to clean off the lichen.
Okay, so basically, like, instead of, like, dedicated cleaning, it was more like stuff just kept brushing against the wall, getting the lichen off.
Yes.
Okay. Probably the golems.
Alright, did everybody move up to Parn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just against the wall. Not.
Right, I'm going to. Parn's not dropping stealth. He's trying to maintain it the best he can, but he's mainly focusing on keeping his ears and eyes open, to see if he can hear or see anything. The closer we get, he's trying to actually listen. Actually, no, they all speak Dwarven. He can't understand Dwarven. Never mind. He's just gonna try and. Is there a way to judge when with sounds when you think you're close enough that you need? How do I phrase this? Can I keep my ears open, and when I think we're getting, let's say, within 60 feet, can I have the group stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to make any checks or just?
No, this is kind of a thing you're playing by ear, so.
Okay. All right. We move forward.
Let me show you what you see as you get closer and closer down the tunnel.
Speaking of that, do we since it looks like the tunnels have gotten cleaner, do we notice any murals starting to affect, or are they all worn away as well?
The murals here actually don't seem to be any murals really.
Oh, fair enough.
Those seem to have ended as you've gotten this deep into the tunnel. It still has the occasional alcove for braziers, but no release or anything anymore.
Okay, should we put down our tokens?
Well, hold on. Parn's kind of okay. And relief was the word I was looking for. Parn's kind of scouting ahead, I believe. Correct?
We're moving together. I was in the front of the pack, yes, but we decided to move as a group.
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of head down the tunnel. Do you see in the far distance? You can see a group of Durgar kind of guarding an area, but they're lit by torches, so you can see them further away than their dark sight will allow them to see you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna whisper back to the group. All right, here's we're gonna do. I'm gonna silence. Can I tell about how big the room is? From where I'm looking?
Looks like maybe 15, 30 feet deep, but you can't really tell how wide because you're not in it.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. To prevent any calls from help or anything like that, we are going to have. How long does this last? We're gonna have 10 minutes to finish this battle. Guys, you understand?
How big a field is this spell last? How big a field is it?
I think it'll cover most of that room. So they can't get away, and we're not going to be able to speak with each other once I do this.
Okay.
All right, so everybody get ready. As soon as I hit that silence, rush in and start taking people out.
Okay.
I know it's weird for me to request this, but since we intend to go into combat, can we go ahead and roll initiative and all that? I kind of want to like do this where Parn does one thing in a surprise round, and then we actually have combat if that's okay.
Okay, hold on a second.
Fair enough.
So we can essentially your casting silence is going to start combat.
Yes.
It's going to give you guys a surprise round, but everyone's going to roll for initiative at that moment. Okay.
All right. Then everyone gets ready, gets their weapons out. I assume.
Weapon and shields drawn.
Place yourselves down on the map.
And I'm drawing out the adamantine sword, not the magic glowing one.
Okay.
Where's initiative on this thing again? Right.
All right. I will. I will cast silence as what I do.
And
Okay.
could you also draw its area for us?
Draw a shape in the map. I think I can.
Yeah, draw shape is an option.
Okay. It's your turn, sir.
Okay. So would it be safe for me to assume that the character in the center of the group is the maybe commander or something, or someone of a higher rank?
It's up to you to decide.
One-
Just for the record, you can't cast verbal spells
In it. But I
in
can-
an area side, but you can cast it from outside, and the spell, as long as it's got like a missile effect or something, will still function in an area of silence.
The one in the center kind of seems to be more heavily armored.
This is what I'm saying: is you could fire in, you just can't once you're inside fire.
Okay. I'm gonna move up to there. And then I'm gonna throw a level 2 guiding bolt onto that one. Ah, jeez.
That does not hit him. Strikes him in the chest, but doesn't seem to go through his armor.
Oh, that 10 probably didn't hit. And I guess that's my turn.
Now your turn, Parn.
All right, I will. Oh, wrong thing. I will.
Hello?
rush in. Right here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rush in. I'm gonna move
Hello?
right to here to try and counter as much, and then I'm going to punch the one right next to me, not the leader. I'm gonna start with the one right next to me.
So this one.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not actually punching. I am using my new swords because Parn's got to get used to them. So instead of 4, I get 2 sword attacks, and then as a bonus action, another one with my offhand. So if they're monk weapons, I get to use my dex. So here we go. 21, 24, and then the offhand 24.
Okay, as you rush in, the dwarf seems to be surprised and doesn't seem to manage to get their shield up in time. As you just go down, you just start attacking them, savaging them with a flurry of blows from the sword.
All right. Now what's the damage again? I've got a standard short sword damage. Here we go. Uh, 5, 11, 19 points of damage total.
Okay.
When I hit him, did the sword seem like it was cutting through his armor better, or does it seem like they have the same material armor that my sword is made out of?
Their armor seems to be the same kind of adamantine base, but your sword is cutting through it, as well as a normal sword kind of seems to stab through the chainmail.
Fair enough. And that will be my turn.
Okay, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to cast a magic missile at 2 different targets. I'm going to cast a 1 dart onto this guy, and 2 darts onto this guy.
Okay.
Oh god, what does magic missile do again? It's been a while since I actually used magic missile.
Three darts. Each dart deals 1d4 force damage.
Yep, just took me. That definitely was not what I meant to do. No. Let me fix that.
Remember, since you're attacking 2 targets, you have to roll damage for each target.
I know. I just messed up really badly on my first roll. So this is the 2 darts going against this guy. A more reasonable amount. So he takes 6 damage. This guy is going to take 2 damage. So does like the magic missiles like actually impact them, cause them damage, or is like bouncing off their armor?
Magic missile seems to hit them and go through. They seem to recoil from the damage.
So how does the guy in the bottom look like? Like on his last legs, or
He's got some nice cuts and bruises, but he still seems to be standing.
should put it all onto him. Oh well, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
It's your turn, Sarah.
Jeez. I guess I'll move into there, and I'll make a mace attack to the dwarf next to me, or the Draugr. 18 hit.
This one, the head one?
Yeah.
It does not. Kind of bashes it away with his shield.
Okay, that's all I can do then.
Hard.
Right. Still trying to take out one of the minions. A critical 1, a 24, and a 9.
Okay, roll your damage for the second one.
Six points of damage.
Okay. He kind of dodges away from the first one, but then you manage to kind of on the pullback, kind of cut across his face. But then as your sword goes up again, he kind of parries it away with the shield.
Fair enough.
And as you kind of get back into fighting stance after doing that attack, you see to your left a angry Durgar, very angry Durgar.
Yes, I expected. I picked this position to hopefully stop them from running away, not because it was smart.
Okay. And the Durgar starts to grow.
Oh, god damn it.
Uh-oh.
And his weaponry starts to grow, and a giant hammer comes down on you, Parn.
Question, the growing, does that require verbal at all, or?
No. From encountering Durgar, you know that this and invisibility is an innate thing Durgar do.
Okay.
Does 24 and 26 hit you, Parn? Parn?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
They do? Okay.
Also, we're not seeing your rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez. Okay. So as the hammer comes down on you, Parn, you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And as the hammer hits you, you kind of feel a psychic backlash in your brain. And you take 9 points of psychic damage. I'm going to need you to make a concentration check, Parn.
Okay, 1 second. 22 plus 9. Yeah, it's over half my fucking health, by the way. Here we go. What's my con? Do I get my proficiency with this? Is this a spell saving?
You make a con saving throw.
Playing con? Okay.
Oh, Constitution.
Three.
Nope. Sound starts to come back into the room.
I would have rolled differently then. If I get my, I'm pretty sure you get your spell modifier added to a con check, don't you? For spells.
Take damage while you're concentrating on a spell. You must make a con saving throw to maintain your concentration. See, nothing saying that you get a
Okay.
proficiency bonus on it.
Nope. Now I gotta figure out what I got left in health.
Yeah, how much did you say you took? 22 plus 9?
31 damage is what I took.
And the hammer comes down again. You take 19 bludgeoning damage and then 8 psychic.
I'm out. I'm out.
Karn drops unconscious.
Alright.
Shit.
It's now the other dwarves' turn. They kind of skirt around their boss and head down. Surround you, Sarah, if you want to make a...
Sure. Just us. 16.
That does not hit. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. Then he kind of slashes at you with his short sword, but it doesn't go through your armor. Now your turn, Rogar.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be noisy. Don't have much option, so I'm going to move here, and I need both these two Drugar to make a is it con save? Yes, it is a Constitution saving throw.
Which one? The big one in the sky?
Big guy and the one just to his upper right.
Okay, gotcha. What's the DC?
My DC is 13.
Okay, neither of them make it.
Oh, nice. So each of them is going to take a total of 10 thunder damage, and they will be pushed back 10 feet in front away from me.
Okay, this one kind of gets sent flying back against the...
Yep.
This one gets pushed back and falls prone over the body of the other two. Of the body of Parn and Sarah.
Oh, shit.
Do I need... Like, so, is he on top of us, or did he...
No, he tripped over you guys. You guys essentially did the fucking guy kneels down behind someone while you push him routine on a giant.
Okay.
You did a schoolyard prank on this dwarf.
We just find a massive toilet and make him have swirlies.
Yeah. But it was a resounding smash as he falls down to the ground. Okay. It's this Durgar's turn.
Also, probably not much of a huge thing, but any unsecured items also go flying as well.
Everything kind of seems to be set down pretty well. Actually, this one, however, had a little floppy hat on his head, and he got sent flying.
No, not floppy hat.
He now seems to be enraged. You've given him a barbarian's rage buff.
Oh dear. Oh well.
This one moves up, and they're starting to surround you, Sarah.
Thank God,
All right.
Flanking is not a thing.
Does 16 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. You do note that the dwarves, now that they're kind of next to each other, seem to have formed a phalanx with their shields. It seemed to be a lot, and seemed to be aiming their attacks a lot better.
All right.
This one's turn kind of rushes over to form the phalanx up with his friends, and he throws a javelin at you, Rogar.
Okay.
That's a crit.
Well, that's gonna hurt.
$13 damage as the javelin goes straight into your shoulder.
Okay.
It's now Sarah's turn.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Okay. Assessing the situation, I cast Healing Word on Parn. Give me a second. It's the first time I have this spell, so. I think it's 1d4. Yeah, okay.
4 plus your modifier, I believe. How much, Sarah?
Give me a second. Trying to find my modifier.
It's whatever you use to cast your spells.
Okay. Whatever. So like my wisdom modifier.
Yes.
Okay. Barn, you gain 4 health.
Parn's up and kicking again. When Parn went down, there was a giant dwarf. Now the giant dwarf seems to be on the ground.
Then
Do you have any bonus actions?
that
was
was
a bonus action.
So then I'm going to do. I'm gonna to the dwarf to the left of me. I will cast Toll the Dead on. So he must make a. Has that Draugr been damaged?
Dwarf to the left of you, yes.
To make a Wisdom save of 14. If he fails, he's going to take 12 necrotic damage.
Have you updated your macro so that's 2d12 or 2d8?
Yeah, it should be
Is
a
it-
2d8
Oh,
now.
okay. Let me.
Just roll a d8 and we'll add that to that.
Okay, so 16. So 16 plus. Oh, wait, what? Oh, minus the modifier, right? So
It's
minus
still a-
3,
it's
so
a-
13.
Is
So
it still
13 plus.
is it still a DC 14?
It's still a DC 14 regardless.
Okay, he makes it.
Okay.
He just met it, so he made it.
Alright.
Does he take any damage or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Now Parn's turn.
Well, Parn's up. He's gonna use half his movement to get up. He's not going anywhere. He's going to
I recommend punching the guy,
attack. Yeah, I'm attacking the guy that's on the ground. And since he's prone, I get advantage, right?
Yes, you do.
though. Automatic crit.
No.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
I got a 23 and a 16.
Okay. The 23 hits.
8 damage, and then I'm going to use a key point for patient defense
Okay.
as a bonus action.
It's the large dwarf's turn. Large Durgar's turn. Actually, no. We are all dwarfs in this utopia. The large dwarf's turn. The resounding slam and smash, he kind of gets to his feet. And he shouts out words in Dwarven that you don't seem to understand. But then immediately you're all attacked by the other 3 dwarfs.
All 3? Oh, because one has a range, yeah. So who's he attacking?
15 to 6.
Nope.
7 to Par.
Nope.
24 to Rogar.
Yep.
Okay, you take 10 piercing damage as another javelin goes straight at you. Okay, the dwarf to the left of you, Sarah, slashes at you, but he misses pretty wide. Now your turn, Rogar.
All right. I'm going to move. Dun. 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 And I'm going to attack this one right here.
Okay.
2 attacks. Alright, so both hit, I'm guessing.
Yes, both hit.
So 15 damage to this guy.
Okay, he dropped. Kind of succumbs to his blood loss and drops to the ground.
And that is... do I have... No, I do not have bonus actions. Oh, wait. Theoretically, I could burn my... what was it? Burn an action surge, but I think I have to do that at the start of the turn, right?
I don't believe so.
No, that's whenever you choose.
Okay, so then I'm going to burn an action surge and go after this guy down here. Another attack.
Okay.
.25 hit.
You cut into him. You know that he's kind of shocked as the phalanx falters and isn't ready as your sword comes right at him.
13 damage.
Okay.
Doesn't action surge give you an entirely new set of actions?
I believe it only gets me basically equivalency of a bonus action.
Take 1 additional action.
Oh, okay.
And then he has to use the short long rest. Okay. It's the dwarf right above you, Rogar's turn. And he... Does the 10 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. He slashes to the side. You kind of parry it away with your sword. Sarah?
Alrighty then. I guess first I'll do. I'm aim at the same dwarf to my left, and I do Toll the Dead. You must make a Wisdom save, or take 10 necrotic.
And he crit. He's good.
Okay.
This man's got eardrums of steel.
He doesn't believe in bells.
Yeah. Doesn't believe in the dead having bells. Nonsense. 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 ASMR religions.
All right then. Then I call upon a spiritual weapon to appear just directly south of him.
Does, however, believe in shifty Jack in the Box's wielding weapon.
So right
Listen,
here.
I like to imagine that even though my patron god is Freya in this, every time I do spiritual weapon, it's Loki who's giving me this. Giving me this shifty Jack in the Box motherfucker. And he swings!
We need to take
Funny.
a better appreciation of that image for a second.
I know, I love it.
Isn't it south?
Yeah, he said he wanted to put it south of it.
There you go.
It's aiming to the one north of him. To the dwarf
Okay,
north of him.
that hits.
3.
Yeah. Goes kind of glown at your total dead, but kind of
Like
gets smacked
a
in the head by this
spiritual-
knife.
Getting shanked in the side.
Kind of laughs, and as he's laughing, you see a knife come through his kidney. Oh god!
Ah ha 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 ha! Is that a jackal?
I don't know what the fuck. Why does it have a oh god?
It's
Your turn.
got spring action.
It's bouncing around so maniacally. Who made this toy? It's not safe for kids. It's your turn now, Barn.
Okay. What is the lighting condition in the room?
It's lit by torch. So there's the occasional shadow, but it's pretty decently lit.
Is there dim or shadow light where I am standing right now?
No.
Where's the closest dim or shadow light?
There's some kind of over here. Some kind of over here. Over here. And over here. Actually, no. Sorry. They're just in the two little alcoves. The torches are right about right, like right here.
Want to change position, but that would open up Sarah's side, so I won't.
I'm fine. I'm fine, pardon.
I want to, since I'm not moving out of combat, it shouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
I think it's like if you move within the range.
You moved while you were in combat.
Yeah, no, that's still gonna... Unless you're...
Thought you have to move out of combat.
That's 3.5, and this is when you move within their threat range.
Yeah, essentially, if you move while in their threat range.
Unless you are using an action to disengage,
Yes.
which you're removing away from their threat.
Okay. Then fuck it. I'll try to attack
Hit him in the balls!
the big guy.
And he's probably at ball height for you.
Parn, remember your teaching of Monkey Steals
19
Peach.
and 23.
Monkey Steals Peach.
Don't you get more hits?
Oh, that's spending key. Your first blow kind of glances off his armor, but your second blow strikes true.
Actually, I could do another attack, but I'm doing something else with my bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so weird seeing you only do 2 attacks in a round.
6 damage and burn my 4th key point. I only have two left to do patient defense. That's my turn.
Okay. The large dwarf's turn. He mutters something in dwarven that you can't understand to the dwarf at the back, and he brings down his hammer on you, Parn.
Huh?
How?
No, he's giving an order to the Draugr in the back, and the same dwarf who's giving the order is now swinging his hammer onto you.
No. He's giving an order to the dwarf in the back, and the large Draugr, is bringing his hammer down on Parn.
Oh,
Wait, these guys are large size?
just that guy.
No, this Draugr said something that this Draugr acknowledged, and now this Draugr is bringing a hammer down on you.
Yeah, so what I said.
All right. Remember, he's got disadvantage. Hope that saves my ass.
Okay, well, does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
You're lucky because the alternative of that one was a 20. Was a little credit. Does a 22
That's
hit you?
why I'm doing patient defense.
Yeah, does a 22 hit you though?
3 attacks?
Yes.
Yes, it does. I'm going down again.
He could whiff.
No, he hit with a 23.
Well, it depends how much damage.
No, I'm going down again.
Most likely. But, you know, don't give up on hope.
No, I'm going down again.
Don't give up on hope.
You take 22 bludgeoning damage and then 2 psychic damage.
Well, okay then.
Nap time.
Hope gave up on you.
The fucking level is this guy? Okay.
I think he's probably just out of a box, Drogar.
I seriously doubt that, but okay.
Okay, the Drogar has been sandwiched and currently has a bleeding left torso. He starts to slash at Sarah. Actually, hold on a second. Can he slash at the spiritual weapon? Is that an option for him?
No.
No. Like, well, he could. They'll just float right through it. So.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
It won't do anything, but you know.
Takes an inquisitive slash at the spiritual, but notices it doesn't do anything that turns on you, Sarah. Slashes it.
All right.
12 does not hit you.
No.
It's now your turn, Rogar.
All right. Do you want me to attack the guy up top or down here? And this guy's probably almost dead.
Yeah, he's probably almost dead.
So-
Try to focus.
I'll go 2 attacks on the guy up here, up top.
Okay, sorry, one more time. Oh, you just throwing attacks at the guy at the top? Gotcha.
Yep.
Both of those hit.
14 damage.
Okay.
How does he look?
He looks bleeding, but he's still... These dwarves are hardy people.
Probably should have attacked the guy below. Oh well. Well.
Okay, it's his turn. And he turns invisible. And you hear the sound of dwarven footsteps running off.
Out of curiosity, could I still see his soul?
No.
Wait, how does that work? How can he see? How is he not able to see the soul?
We've actually never had Rogar really interact with an invisible person and try to see their souls.
His
Right, it was just
soul-
magical darkness. That's mostly what I saw.
Yeah,
his
you guys could see
soul
he could see in the
is
darkness.
invisible. Okay.
It's like a cloaking device. Okay. What are my options? I could bring Parn back up.
I'd recommend Parn and then have your spiritual weapon attack.
That's 2 bonus. I guess I could do. Alrighty then. I do Cure Wounds on Parn. It's an 8. Rise, my child.
Rise from your grave.
Shake off that.
Okay.
And then meanwhile, while that's going on. Oh, that doesn't hit. That the Draugr on top is clearly wise to the
He
shanking
was
shenanigans.
ready this time.
He was ready for the Jack in the Box.
He's kind of ducking and weaving as the Jack in the Box bounces along, and he was ready when the Jack in the Box.
I saw this game before. I know what to do.
Now, Pirate's turn.
What to do? What to do?
You could. Well,
Smack?
not really. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't really have options, unfortunately.
Smacky, smack, smack.
$18 and $21.
On the big guy.
It's big guy. Yes.
The 21 hits.
Seven points of damage and another point for patient defense.
Which puts him at disadvantage, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And it ends my turn.
The big guy's turn. He does one attack at Parn and 2 attacks at Sarah.
All right.
Out of curiosity, have you taken any damage in this fight, son?
Nope.
Let's rectify that.
Yep.
Whiff, 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 whiff.
You know, when you say that, that doesn't actually work.
With whatever his modifier is that he's getting.
Does a 16 hit you, Parn?
No.
Okay, then you kind of jump out of the way as the hammer comes down on you. And does a 23 hit you, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. He smashes down once, and you kind of block it with your shield. You have a shield, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think you have like a buckler or a little shield. Whatever. You kind of block this giant hammer. The second one, however, bashes down again on the shield, and this time you kind of can't keep up the strength, and it goes through.
All right.
How many rounds has it been, by the way?
I think this will be the 4th. When I attack, I think it'll be the 4th round.
Yeah, I think we're on the 4th.
Damn, whatever that fucking giant thing is, they get it for a long ass time.
Okay. You take 7 points of bludgeoning, Sarah, and then 8 points of psychic. You lowballed the bludgeoning and really rolled well on the psychic.
Okay, so you said, what was it, 6 and 7, or
15 total.
15?
I
Okay.
don't think you have anything that really changes depending on what the damage is.
No, like you said, it was psychic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It's this little dwarf's turn. Goes to slash at Sarah.
I'll be honest. I thought Arbrick was going to be joining us in battle.
You actually note that you haven't seen Ulbrich or... Oh, yeah, you ran into battle assuming Ulbrich and Sigvaldi would be behind you, but they don't seem to be. You don't see them down the hallway either.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
boy.
All right. So what did you say, Flux?
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. Rogar.
I'm like pancaked underneath the hammer. I'm just like, get off of me.
To attack.
Nope. You're squished under the hammer. The other guy goes in to stab, and your shield comes out. No, not you. Just him.
Just him.
Just him. This is a 1v1. Leave me be.
You have your own opponent to fight. The Jack in the Box is waving a little dagger around.
Don't forget about me. So you hear the sounds of dwarven footsteps down the hall and out of silence.
Oh, great.
It's your turn now, Sarah.
Now, here's the thing. Even if we wanted to leave, there's no way to leave now. All our shit's been taken. I don't... Okay. Weird.
All right. I, 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 I take out my little bell and I do toll the dead on the Draugr to my left. Must make a wisdom DC save or take 16 necrotic damage.
Wow, there you go. It worked this time.
Uh-oh.
As you bring out the bell again, he starts laughing and smiling, and then blood starts to come out of his ears. He fucking face plants on the floor. That's a dead dwarf.
Well, I hope the god that claims him is kind. While that's going on,
You actually, Rogar.
Hmm?
You note these souls. Normally, when people die, their souls seem to go up.
Yeah, they do.
These souls seem to be flying off horizontally,
Like
kind of further down into the complex,
like this way or like this way.
like this way.
Ooh.
And then you can actually see them in another room in a kind of diamond shape.
does a 20 hit the large Draugr?
It does.
All right. You're gonna take 8 force damage to the fucking shin.
How's he looking, by the way?
He's got a bunch of cuts and stab wounds, but he's still holding strong. Durgar might.
Let's
your turn,
do
Paul.
this, oversized garden gnome.
I suspect
So
if he understood what you said, he'd be very insulted at that.
He says something in Durgar, but you don't understand it. But you think it may have. But he said it with such cadence, you think it may have been a slur.
Nope, 19 and 11.
Either one hits. He puts his shield up, and your blows don't manage to get through.
His mother sucks cocks in hell and angelic.
God damn it. How? I don't have that anymore. Can't do that.
I would have disengaged if I was you, but
Fuck it, fine.
well, you've already attacked though, so
Yeah, I'll spend the key to disengage. I'll move to here, and I'm trying to look. Where the fuck are they?
You don't see Rogar, Albrecht, or Tarwin down the hall.
Wait, he doesn't see me?
Sorry.
No.
No, you
Sigvaldi.
He does not see Rogar down the hall. But he also doesn't see Sigvaldi down the hall either.
And here I thought I turned invisible for a second.
I'm gonna say I think we're being used as a distraction
That could be worse.
or something, and then fucking. That's my turn for that.
This reminds me of the fight at the Skull Tower. Me and my group were being used as a distraction.
What are you going on about, Sarah?
Oh, during the war.
Oh, well, yes, there are a lot of shitty things that happened to Sarah's group during the war. It's the big dwarf's turn. One hammer blow at Sarah.
Let's do this.
17?
Nope. You weak sauce.
And as you're expecting another hammer blow, immediately his hand reaches back and a giant javelin goes flying at Rogar's face. 22, Rogar?
Yeah, that hits.
Stop hitting them.
He didn't even pull it out or anything. It just appeared.
No, he kind of you're expecting another hammer blow, but his hand goes back and pulls a javelin out and quickly throws it at Rogar.
Oh, okay.
Takes 7 points of piercing damage.
Whew.
Are you able to mix melee and range?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Something you learn.
You're also You're ready for the second one that comes at you, Rogar, and you kind of dodge out of the way
Whew.
as it smashes into the ground behind you.
Yep.
Now your turn, Rogar.
All right. Doot. This is personal, buddy. The second one hits at least.
It does.
13 damage.
Okay. Do a nice cut into his arm. It's now your turn, Sarah.
Alrighty then. Told the dead on the big one. He has to make a wisdom save.
Don't make it. Don't make it.
I actually didn't realize these guys had advantage on your saving throws against your spells for this whole fight that I haven't been applying.
Oh, okay then. Also, Special Wishman is coming to shank him in the other shin.
He doesn't make it though, however, and his ears start to bleed.
What gives them advantage? I'm curious.
Durgar resilience.
Yeah.
Just kind of dwarves by their nature are rather resilient to magic. Durgar, to their history, are a lot more resilient.
Oh, okay.
That's what happens when you test subjects for illithids for, thousands of years.
Does that 19 hit?
It does not.
Alright. So no shanking today. But he
Your
is
little,
bleeding.
your little jester does a psycho. It doesn't go through, however. Your jester seems to have seen movies that you don't understand what the references are.
Ask that later. Loki is a strange god.
Your turn, Par.
Alright. Let me measure this first. Just make sure I'm not cheating.
Actually, as your turn comes around, you hear a kind of loud oof in the hallway, and then a kind of a guttural that immediately gets cut short. But you can't see anything down the hallway that happened.
I'm guessing also the sound of like metal piercing flesh or something.
Not that Parn can hear.
Okay.
As much as movies and television seems to say, that's not that loud of a sound. Same way there's no shing as you pull out your sword.
Alright, I can do it. I have plenty of speed, so I move back to my position, and I unload.
Dynamic entry on his face. Kick off against the wall. Spinning blades. Okay, the first one hits. The last one does not.
Eight damage!
Seems to be enough.
Okay, you cut into his knee, and he kind of stumbles. These guy seems to be on his last legs.
Jesus fucking Christ! We've done more damage than any of us have as health.
He kind of gets to his knees and brings his hammer up, and looks straight at you, Rogar.
No, I didn't have a key point. Never mind.
Okay, so 13, does that hit you?
No.
Does a 16 hit you?
I can use shield to stop that attack.
Okay, what does that bring your AC up to?
That would bring my AC up to a 19.
Okay, I think a 27 still comes down on you, though.
Yeah, the 27 still does.
The natural 20 that he rolled as his last attack does work.
Mm-hmm.
As Rogar takes 38 damage.
38 damage?
Yep.
I'm unconscious for the very first time.
Jesus Christ!
I just got cold conked in the head.
He brings his hammer down twice. The first time missing, the second time you put up a magical shield, only to not be ready as he kind of swings his hammer again and comes at you from the side and smashes right into your torso. You drop
Somewhere down the hallway.
Sure. Yeah, for narrative reasons, let's go with that. Rogar gets sent down the hallway. And, Rogar, the last thing you see as you smash into the wall is, Albrecht down there, getting something from a pool.
Oh, hi, magic fairy.
Now, Sarah's turn. Actually, it's Rogar's turn. Rogar, make a death save.
All right, that was con plus mod.
No,
It's just a one,
straight.
just a straight d20.
It's a coin flip.
Yep. It's one failure.
All right.
All dead. Spiritual weapon shank.
God damn it.
The Toll of the Dead does not. He doesn't save. Really, the fucking moment I start adding in fucking the advantages is when my Durgar started going up the spells before they were rock solid. His ears start to bleed. His eyes start to fill up with blood, and he smashes down to the ground. It reverts to his original size.
You can move instead of doing spiritual weapon. Go do healing word on Rogar. By the way.
Okay. I pointed at him.
I'm gonna go chase. So we're out of combat.
Rise, my child.
Going on.
Did you guys see what? Oh, hi, Albert.
Put my hand out and try to lift Rogar up.
Thanks.
Sir, as this is going on, you hear footsteps behind you, and you turn to see Sigvaldi carrying the dead body of a dwarf.
Does it look
This
familiar?
This one of yours? It ran into me down the hallway.
Does he look like the one I was beating out?
Yes, he looks like the one that would turn into.
I give him a thumbs up and say, yeah, that was ours.
Sorry, I got cut off by a patrol. Didn't want to say anything and catch it, let him hear me.
Fair enough. Anyway, I found Albrecht.
Rogar, is that Albrecht in that other room?
Unless that hit gave me a concussion, I'd say yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna move into the room. What are you doing?
Oh, good. You made it. Okay, so this looks bad. I'm getting the liquid. I didn't know if you guys would be able to make it through the guards. I knew the kind of back path, and I knew they'd hear me if I came in here and go as a distraction.
Yeah, thanks for telling us you're gonna use this as to distract.
Look, you
The
guys have
pawn
been gone.
shuts up, doesn't say a word, and he dips both his swords in the fucking pool. And
This is the pool where we dip our weapons, correct? Is that how it works?
No, it's not.
It's not. I thought
For
it
the
was.
fourth fucking time I've told you, Neo. There's a mixture to get through the sealant. The sealant itself does not break through the sealant.
I don't
Look.
get it.
I've told you multiple times.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. Is it adamite weapons? Is it the ceiling?
No. Use glue to cut through more glue.
Yes. You need a specific sealant.
Neo, do you use glue to get through more glue?
No, you use the pop. You use a combination made to specifically counter the glue.
Fine.
As you start dipping your swords, Albrecht's like, well, oh, okay.
He's an elf.
This isn't fucking Ymir. He doesn't know that blacksmithing stuff.
I'm taking a look at that pool. Is it like there like any souls in it? Is it like soul rich, or is it just like liquid to me?
No, it's just looks like a normal kind of bluish, thick blue liquid.
Parn's gonna grab his sword and he's gonna go to this wall, right here.
I'm
Okay.
Hey, all right. So what's beyond this wall right here?
I don't know. I haven't been down there.
Would you know where the quickest area to drain this shit is?
Don't. I assume you'd have to go under, and I'm not going under. That stuff will kill you. Rogar, by the way, you noticed during the battle that all the souls had headed to the side, and you didn't. They didn't go up like normal souls.
Yeah, you mentioned that they like went horizontally, like towards this direction over here.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna relay that. Okay, guys. As we at least just gonna move up back to Sarah and Parn. All right, guys. As we fought those guys, you recall how souls go when they die? These didn't go up. They kind of went like into like what looked like it was going up towards here-ish, and I'm like pointing with my finger in like that rough general area here.
Okay. We'll definitely take a look. Is this shit flammable?
I'd prefer not to test that right now.
I don't know. I haven't tried lighting a match or anything. There's nothing in the story that say it was flammable, but things kind of disappear over generations. Maybe.
I'm
Can't
not.
imagine it gives off. Can't imagine it gives off good fumes.
I'm just looking at Parn dead in the eye. I'm not doing a cantrip. No.
I mean, here's the thing.
Unless we have to. I'm not trying.
We originally came down here to destroy the pool. I don't see a way to do that. I was thinking like it was going to be like a little well or something, not a room-sized this.
Actually, now that you've entered the room and the adrenaline battle's wearing off, and the adrenaline of multiple small, probably concussions that are going to have problems later in your life, looking around, this seems to be a well decorated, well lit kind of. I could swear it's a temple. If you've never been in a Dwarven temple, but this matches all the markings of a temple. Well, there's a bunch of reliefs around the walls. There's a large kind of altar in the middle, and none of this seems to have been coated by the
Like
water
and
or the
stuff.
grime.
Okay. So what is this right here in front of me?
That's kind of a little raised platform, kind of an altar.
Is there like anything on it?
No, it's just kind of barren right now.
I dismissed my spiritual weapon.
Are there like any
Goodbye!
markings on it?
So,
Watch Die Hard.
so Sarah, you're the more religious one of the group.
I am.
Could I at least
Oh,
finish
yes,
my
I am.
question?
Do you have any sort of like?
Hold on, Rogar has a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
On the altar, is there like any writing or anything on it?
No,
All right, so it's just like
It's just
nice,
a
clean,
raised-
smooth stone.
a kind of cleaned, polished stone platform that's kind of been raised up.
So much for my hope of there being like some writing on that could be magical in nature.
Okay. Do you have any sort of way to like commune with gods or
I
ask
can.
a question?
I can pray. I can pray for guidance, and then I can see if I can remember anything.
As I'm looking,
Okay.
as I'm walking around, like, are there like the murals still here or no? Or
The reliefs, yes, there are reliefs all around the
All right. So a 19 to religion. Do I recognize any of the religious? Because Because you said it was well ordained and stuff.
No. Oh, actually, I'm not exactly sure what ordained means. So.
it, like well preserved. It doesn't look like it's been affected by time.
Ordained means someone to make someone a priest or confer holy orders on. No, these are not priest walls. You're not really. You didn't study that much of Dwarven religion. You could tell that these kind of have all the. You can kind of piece together bits of religion by like, hey, that's look at that sun. That's kind of got a bunch of stuff around it. They probably worship the sun or something like that. So you can kind of figure out that these are religious, but nothing that really you can piece together without knowing that you didn't study Dwarven.
Yeah.
Can she can she identify if any of these are the symbol of Morden? Mordrin?
Yeah, basic, basic kind of knowledge would have been knowing the symbol of Moradin. None of these say Moradin. You do, however, note that one of them kind of has the same name that you remember when you came back here the first time.
So
The
kind of
kinda
like
ancient, yeah,
the name that was on the
ancient name.
tomb. That's their sarcophagus. Okay.
Yeah. The name that your dwarven friend, who now seems to have gone a bit crazy, recognized as being more than kind of an ancient dialect of it.
If I see that, I'll point that out. If that's what Sarah sees, I hope she'd do something like that.
All right.
Yeah,
I would.
I'm pointing out what I can piece together and what I know, but beyond that, uh, yeah, I don't know anything much about it. Dwarven religion is a bit not what was taught. It was the emperor, the god of my region, and the destruction of others.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hand on the altar. Do I feel anything?
The altar is cool to the touch, and it's got kind of a bit moist, just like kind of overall humidity, kind of how like stone feels after it's been cold for a while, but nothing, no like inner power flowing into your heart or that kind of shit.
Can I take a moment to focus my mind and try to see if this is connected to something? Like it is there a power here or
I don't think that's an ability you really have.
I know
I don't really understand what you're trying to do. Trying to just get some inner power to let you know.
I'm I'm struggling not to say I want to force a vision on the altar.
So you're asking like if touching that is causing some kind of vision to occur, like naturally, or
If you want to try to force a vision concerning the altar, you can try that. But anything else, you don't really.
Does this
do that
fake
kind of thing.
place? All right. Does it give an eerie, evil,
The whole
dark?
the whole place feels eerie. Yeah.
But is it an evil eerie or is it a? This feels like it's the one still untouched holy place in this whole.
You don't know. You're, I mean, you're not a paladin. You don't really have that much participation in religions. Hard to really make that kind of
Sarah,
gut call.
Sarah, does this place feel unholy or anything? How does it feel to you? How does it feel unholy? Does it feel holy? Does it feel like it's still good?
Um, do you want me to make a roll for that flux or?
Um. Yeah. Give me a. Oh fuck! Give me a religion check, I guess.
Okay,
This is really kind of
13.
fuzzy lines.
Can I tell if this place is been tainted at all, or does it feel like, or has this place been tainted, or is it extruding evil? Ish. No, tainted. Yeah, tainted is better. Yes. Does this place? Do I feel this place has been tainted, or has it been left as
I
is?
explain it easier. Sometimes when you go into a church, not that I go in churches often, you get a more peaceful feeling. Like this is a
sense of peace or
sense that the
calm.
place is cleaner.
Okay. Hold on. Rogar, since you're the first one who actually gives me a pretty hard question. Yes, you see the souls to the northeast. They do not seem to be moving through the hallway. They kind of seem to be shaking around. You kind of hear this, a rattle, kind of a rattle down the hallway. Sarah, you kind of focus and try to fuzz your way into answering this question. You feel a kind of sense of melancholy, kind of like, I don't know if you've ever
Kind of
left
like on a
place-
dreary gray day sort of thing.
Yeah, imagine you've lived a place all your life and you've now moved on. You've now left and everything's you've left, and imagine a house you lived in for 10, 15, 20 years, that kind of thing. And you leave. You've taken all your possessions and left. And then you've returned after a while. That kind of feeling, like you remember this, but it feels kind of sadness. It's hard
loss.
to articulate. Yeah, kind of a loss that it's hard to articulate.
Yeah. Okay.
Does Sarah articulate this?
Um, I guess so. Parn, it kind of feels like there's just a quiet sadness, a melancholy that hangs over this place.
Good enough for me, Sarah. I would ask you come over here, and if I start bleeding out my eyes or something, if you could try and heal me. And Parn's gonna go cross-leg and sit on the altar and try to force a vision as soon as Sarah gets over there.
Do you want me to give you a nice big heal?
After, if something happens, something
Okay.
bad, anyways.
Okay.
Parn's gonna try and center himself best he can. He's gonna. He doesn't want to do this, but he's running out of ideas, running out of answers, and he feels like this has been the most clean place we've been. If he's gonna get a signal, if whatever he reaches out to when he does this, if this seems like the best place to try it, and he does. Do you want me to do a check or anything, or?
Wisdom check from you.
Okay.
And we're just gonna do this vocally. I don't have time to. I'm not right now. I'll think what's gonna happen here.
Okay. +3. Add my proficiency at all?
Yes.
Ooh, 9.
Okay. Parn, you go into the dream state. There's a little bit of time as nothing happens, nothing passes, and you see an image. You see a dwarf. You see a small dwarf being born, being raised up. You notice that you're seeing images of this village. As it grows bigger, grows wider, stretches out, gets larger, fights, attacks by goblins, attacks by drow, and then the dwarf studies. The dwarf reads books. The dwarf seems to be doing alchemy, making inventions. You see him developing the golems. You see him developing the liquid. You see work on the giant legs. You see work on the giant dragon. You see other dwarfs start this. You see kind of a glow come from this dwarf. Kind of other dwarves congregating around him, all in awe of him, in appreciation and admiration of him. You see the dwarf die. You see the dwarf's soul. As far as Rogar's established what souls look like, you recognize this. You see the soul tear in half. One part, pure white, ascending up until it becomes a star in the sky. The other part remaining, growing black, darkened, withered, kind of crumpled up, remaining with the body. And that's it.
I come out of it. Am I
You do
bleeding?
not. No.
Oh, I don't?
Yep. You don't wake up. Sarah, how long are you going to wait for Parn to wake up?
How long usually when Parn does his visions when I've been with him? How long he usually stays in them?
You've never actually kind of watched him do a vision.
Yes, they have.
Something's happened at night, right? Usually.
No, I've actively with them watching at least 3 times. One outside, 2 in the Underdark.
Okay. Normally it takes like maybe an hour and then it happens, but are you gonna give him an hour?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him that.
As he's doing that, I'm just gonna keep my eye out on the swivel as always, and keep an eye on Parn. As he's doing this, the longer he's out, the more I'll keep looking at him. Does his soul? Does it look like it's getting damaged, or?
It just remains in one place.
So
Can I try to scream in my own head? Do I notice that this is taking longer than normal for me?
Yeah, you actually note that the moment that the soul tears in half, and your focus remains on the wisdom soul, you just watch. And the vision doesn't change. The vision doesn't move. The vision doesn't continue. You're just watching the soul
Can I can I try to
over and
turn
over
my
and over.
head and focus on the light side, light aspect, away
No.
from the dark?
You try, and your body doesn't respond in the dream.
So as this hour is going on, Albrecht,
Can we wait? Can we take a 5-minute break? I really need to use the restroom.
Sure.
I was
Okay.
just,
Let me do a quick let you guys know what happened during this hour. Albrecht continues to siphon. It's a long process as he's has to reach down with a kind of doesn't seem to have a very large utensil like a bowl. He's filling up very large kind of jugs that he's kind of strapped on his back. Rogar, you continue to hear the kind of rattling up to the north, and then we're going to take a break for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Thank you.
There's a part of me that just wants to go to the northeast and just try and smash those. I should have said during that hour I would heal myself. Oh well.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Did everybody go take a break?
I'm still here. And I'm just,
Carrie,
yeah, I'm just,
Carrie, man, piss. Get a drink. Do something when we do this. Not healthy to sit there for 4 hours.
I took a piss before the start of the session.
Fair enough.
Plus, I did step up to at least get something to drink. And I'm just realizing I should have, like, used that hour for healing. Oh, well.
You can. You, as long as you're not doing anything strenuous, it's considered taking
A short rest?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to.
No, you won't.
I'll ask if I can consider it that, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, my character, he was just mostly, like, looking around. That's not really a strenuous activity.
I think I think you're allowed to move during a short rest as long as you don't do anything that's like trying to work out or anything. It's called it's weird. You'd have to ask Flux what his opinion on it is.
I'll ask him when he comes back.
It's weird using push to talk again. It really is.
And you want to know something I realized?
What?
I had a bonus action I could have used that entire fight. Second Wind. I kept thinking I'd never used it, so I just never realized it was a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. This is why I always try to refresh myself on my character. Way I don't forget anything, which I still normally do. This is like, I think the first fight I've actively used. Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
That was where the dryer buzzer got stuck.
Shame. Just one day, one day I hope, when we're, asking a question to Flux, a buzzer, something like the laundry buzzer goes off. That way he can go, no. We came through this horrible battle. Were there any survivors? Buzz. Nope, no survivors.
I would okay if they didn't get warned. If I survive whatever this is happening to me, I'd like to go back and loot the bodies. To be honest with you, see if they have anything
That we could use.
Yeah, because I just realized, yeah, we don't have any extraneous equipment.
Yeah.
I'll be a go do that. Rogar. Kiri.
Wait until no, he wants to heal up, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'm only at 7 HP.
For this hour, you have been sitting here waiting for Parn to, open his fucking eyes.
Yep. I think this is literally the first fight in this entire time we've played where I've actually gone down in battle.
I can't disagree.
It's so weird being so squishy. And an AC of 14, and I'm so used to a 21.
If you're looking for something to do, I would say open the player's handbook and go look at your class and go read over what you have, Kiri.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say not, because I'm back.
All right. Oh, Flux. Since my character really wasn't doing much outside of sitting around, maybe turning his head at mostly, could I use that hour to heal up?
Yeah, both you and Sarah can use that hour to heal.
See, I told you I'd be the only one that doesn't get to do that.
I wonder why. Things are just going so great and normal for you right now, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great.
Alright, so that brings me to 40 HP. Do I want to use the last dice? I think I'll use my last dice.
Sorry about that. That 5-minute break turned to a bit longer, but whatever.
Wait.
No worries, dude.
Yeah.
Fluxin, before we start, I got a question. Since we beat one, or whatever the hell that thing was, could you tell us what it was? I'd love to look him up later. That was
known as a Durgar Warlord.
Jesus fucking Christ, that thing hit hard.
Hit like a Mack truck.
What book is it in? So I don't have to go searching.
Mordekainen's and a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Durgar, Drow, that kind of thing.
Alright, I'm gonna have to buy that book next time I head out to Barnes & Noble.
The problem is up until this point, Drow had higher level stuff. Durgar, literally the highest level they had was Chandra 2. So to actually do big things, Durgar was a problem.
CR2? Really?
I'm not mad because at this point, I'm not mad about it because at this point, Parn is used to getting knocked down. It's kind of become his thing. He gets knocked down, he gets back up, and he gets knocked down again.
He is CR6.
Whew. So our level.
Mm-hmm.
What were the smaller things?
Those were known as Durgar Stone Soldiers, right? Stone Guard.
Interesting. All right.
In addition to this,
They are too.
Thoughts here?
one final question.
I'm here.
During that time, after I heal up, could I go back into that room with the corpse and see if they had anything of value, or at least anything that we could potentially use?
Nope, because you've taken. Remember, this all happened in an hour. An hour is what's the time that's needed for a short rest.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to wait until the hour's done.
All
You're
right.
relaxing. You're relaxing and chilling by the pool. Maybe dipping a toe in, watching the toe turn black and fall off, and then regretting your actions. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, not really, because you can't even reach the pool. But, you know.
I mean, he says
All
he'll
right.
kill us. I'll take his word for it.
Okay, so the hours passed. I look at Parn. Anything changing?
Nope.
Okay.
What's the expression on Parn's face?
Same expression you wanted to sleep with.
So, like,
Normal.
calm meditation.
Oh, his tongue is hanging out and he's snoring. Perfect.
What? Hold on 1 second.
Why do I hear gears turning in Flux's head?
Okay. Yes, if you snored before, you would hear him snore.
I don't snore, but okay.
He's not snoring. It's hard to be a stealthy elf when you snore.
Okay. I flip my mace around and I start poking him with the handle.
Okay.
I would like to say this. When I trance normally, I can keep my eyes open. I can have eye movement as I'm accessing memories, doing mental puzzles, that sort of thing. Am I doing any of that during
Nope.
this?
Rogar, Sarah, he's not responding.
Parn,
Mhm.
anything?
Sarah, what's going on?
Arn, in your vision, you start seeing like little dots of light heading up at like on the fringes of your vision, but you're still focused on the
Parn.
on the shriveled soul.
I'm gonna try and look up again. Can I?
For brief seconds, you see kind of imagine kind of like a spider web forming down from the star that was formed, but then that's it.
Does it look like has Rogar ever explained
I think I've
to us-
explained the tendrils in the sky.
Yeah. Does it look like what Rogar explained?
Yes, it's like a single one of those.
Does it look like it's forming, or does it look like it's already established?
Looks like it's forming.
You're seeing the birth of the universe.
I touch Parn and I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Parn, you heal 7 points. Parn doesn't respond.
Parn.
Arn.
I'll be
Alright.
honest. I was expecting like blood splurts or something like that. I wasn't expecting locked in place.
Now hold on, Neo. We haven't gotten to that part yet. I flip my mace back around.
I take
healed you for these 7 points. Net gain is 0. Whack.
I put my wrist in front of his face. Do I feel him breathing?
He's inhaling, exhaling through his nose.
All right, I feel him breathing.
I wanna caution you. I'm on top of a stone pillar altar surrounded by death juice.
Bloop. And Parn goes down to the soup and dies.
I'm gonna start
I'm
shaking
sorry.
him.
I'm
Parn
sorry,
doesn't respond.
Parn. I hope you can forgive me. I take his forearm and I bite really hard.
Parn, you take 2 points. You take 1 point of damage. Parn doesn't respond.
Son of a bitch!
I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna try and pick him up bridal style. See if that'll do anything.
Cool. He flops into your. He flops over, and you're holding him now.
And still unconscious.
Yep.
Okay.
Check his pulse.
Raise.
I would request
Sarah,
God.
I wanna. Sarah, can I get a medicine check from you? You've
That's what I was
been,
about to. That's what I was about to do.
you've been in wars before. You've seen some things. This is medically known as a coma. After someone gets some kind of intense brain injury or severe kind of problems, they will slip into an unconscious state where they don't seem to respond. It can be assumed as sleep until they don't wake up and you can't shake them awake. This is a coma.
All right.
Shit.
With my medicine, with my knowledge as being a medic, what do I know that can help someone in a coma, short of just waiting
You
it
don't.
out?
Yeah, you don't. I don't think there's history of how they solved comas. I think it was just, he's not awake yet.
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
Rogar, I think he might be in a coma. He might have taken one too many blows to the head.
Yeah. Alright, I'll hold on to him.
Okay. Albrecht, we might be down a party member for a little while.
Fool, you had a concussion and went to sleep. Should have done this. No, just messing with you.
Out of curiosity, does that actually happen in real life or not really?
Yeah, if you have a concussion, you need to try to stay awake just so they can. You're conscious. It's not like that falling asleep will mess you up. It's just as hard to be aware that things are happening.
Okay.
But it's not like you get a concussion and you slip into a coma. If you fall asleep, it's if you're in a concussion, you can still slip into a coma. But if you're asleep, it's a lot harder to tell the signs. So
Alright,
that's
I
how
know
it
I
can go.
made it a joke, but I'm actually serious. Is this going to be a long-term thing, or is that spoilers?
Spoilers. Sparn, you're still focusing on the sarcophagus. People viewed the sarcophagus for a while. People stopped coming.
Hmm.
Moss starts to grow on the sarcophagus.
Alright.
Back outside,
I'm carrying
so-
him.
you still hear the shaking up from the north, Rogar.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
The shaking you're hearing? That's where the souls of the guys we killed just went to.
I'm
So
all
do you-
full and ready to go when you guys are.
Oh, you're full? Alright. Out of curiosity, outside of this, like, immediate area, do you know anything else about the immediate area? Like, going up the hallway, like, towards here, or further down there? Or...
Yeah, bunches of golems.
Yeah, I think we can avoid those.
I have a rules question here.
Yes.
Trance allows me to pay attention to what is happening. I still have sensory input, limited, but it's still there.
Sick.
Technically, you could trance and still be on watch. You just couldn't react quickly. Am I getting any sensory input?
Nope. Only sensory input you're getting is the watch of the coffin.
Okay, then.
Moss starts to grow. People stop coming to it. It's shut off.
Ooh, does he eventually see us going to it?
I don't see anything yet.
Alright, so that's probably we gotta fast forward to go through there. Anyway, Albrecht. So basically those two hallways to our right and up northeast, those
To your left and to your right are golem holders. It seems like.
do you have any idea what's like immediately south of us?
Yes, two. You guys are okay. So yeah, north and south are the golem holders.
Okay. No, okay, so this way more golems, this way
Right.
more golems.
The right was the back path that you came through.
Okay, so that's how you came in. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna be going through that path.
Rogar, should we see if there was anything that we can quickly scrounge up from the Drogar, or should we just
Yeah.
keep moving?
That we probably should at least quickly check. I'm
Okay, you hold on, Tharn. I'll go quickly check.
okay.
So I'm making my way back, making sure to look around corners to make sure no one is there now. Do I send anyone around the corner? Flux?
Nope. You see Tarwin kind of poking at the bodies.
Good
hello,
boy.
Hello, Tarwin. Oh, he doesn't understand me though. But hello.
Hello. He runs back to Subali.
Oh, so Sigvali's in this room?
Yes. was kind of leaning on the wall, next to the pool.
Okay. Okay. I checked these 3 bodies. I don't want to keep. I don't want to go down for that 4th one. Is there anything of notable worth or say supplies?
Not really. You find like a deck of playing cards.
I'll take that.
You find like maybe 3. You find 3 silver, 2 copper. They all have kind of well-made dwarven armor. Nothing really noticeable.
So, deck of cards, 3 silver, 2 copper,
And
and
a
plate
small,
armor that none of us could use.
yeah, you find a small piece of string, that kind of stuff.
So, okay. Okay, I guess I'll take the deck of cards and a little bit of pocket change.
Sure,
How about
Karn.
the weapons?
Yeah.
What do they look like?
The weapons? They look okay. They kind of been through some wear, but they're still decently made. Pardon, yeah, you can speed up the vision. Still just looking at the sarcophagus.
So, so if nothing else, I'm just gonna head back.
Up with the metagame pigeon.
Did you collect the weapons, or are you just leaving them at the bodies?
I'm just gonna
I
leave them with
need-
the bodies.
I knew you'd get a kick out of that reference, Flux.
Okay. Okay.
What have they got?
There was nothing notable on them. Just a bit of pocket change and a deck of playing cards.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
If I have an idea of a good prank we can play on Parn when he wakes up with that deck of cards. I hope.
You're a horrible dragonborn. Here's the deck of cards.
Yes.
Do you guys even know about the deck of cards?
Yes.
You said it was a deck of cards.
I know about the deck.
Oh yeah, you saw him pull out and then pants came out, but you have no idea about the deck of many things.
I saw the anvil fall, and I managed to
Okay.
grab 4 cards from that deck.
Alright, fair enough.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
we'll
Rogar's planning on scaring you once you get out. Get your heart rate up and running.
You're gonna be really disappointed when Parns just backs away. Your choice.
All right.
Yep.
I guess we'll.
Can't wait to prank Grandma when she gets out of that coma.
Yep.
Dab on that old lady.
All right. So
I'm
I'll
201 years old. Ah, my heart.
Well, I pick up Parn. Could you set it so he's as I move, he moves with me, or?
I think Niels just has to move him.
I'll move when you move. Don't worry.
Okay.
About it.
So, Albrecht, what's the best way to leave?
In fact, I'll delete my character from the thing for now. Just assume I'm underneath you.
All right, I'm carrying you bridal style this whole time. Got it.
Either path should be good once you've killed the guards. You just should probably not stay here before the guard change happens.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
All right, let's be off.
Yep.
Just for the record, Parn would have positioned the weapons of each of the Drogar to make it look like they turned on each other.
Oh yeah, that's believable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless somehow we had maybe a couple dozen platinum and have those cards shuffled about, I don't think they're going to believe that you killed each other over a bet.
Could have worked. You don't know.
Hey, if we had a lot of money, it might work. All right.
Okay, you guys find yourselves back in the tunnels.
All right. Okay. Where to now, Albrecht?
I just need a safe place to mix the ingredients together.
Okay. Do you think the place we were at before would be a good place, or should we go somewhere else?
Best as any.
All right.
Let's go there, I guess. Also, out of curiosity, how long did it take us from getting to the pool to just outside? 5, 10, 20 minutes?
Maybe about 11 minutes.
Okay. So I guess we head back to that safe house we were in earlier.
So you find yourselves back in the canals, kind of head out, back up, and up, back in the city proper. Kind of find, you're not really sure if it's the exact same house, but you find a house that looks similar.
Yeah.
And go up to the second floor.
And
where Albrecht starts pulling out ingredients and mixing things together.
Okay. So, like, is there like a bed or a table or something we could just lay Parn down on?
Yeah, there's like a kind of bed.
Okay. I guess just for the while. I guess just for the while Albrecht is doing his thing, I'm just gonna tend to Parn. Just keep checking up on him, making sure he's not gonna just run a fever. Check his eyes, all that fun stuff.
Checking his thighs. Okay.
Eyes perfectly medically fine, other than
just a coma.
Responding.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to make sure there wasn't any change or anything that's getting worse.
Nope, everything's all right.
Okay. And I'm just like gonna like try keeping an eye out, just like see if it looks like anyone's coming in, or at least getting close to us. Just looking out the window while trying to keep myself not really visible, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you need me to make a roll for that, like stealth or like hiding, so no one sees me, or?
No, you're good. You do know, however, you see a large mass of kind of soul light heading from away from one of the marketplaces towards the area where you entered the city.
Okay, so basically it's like heading from like the area from this marketplace like down to here-ish.
Yeah, down that way.
Okay, I'll relay that to Sarah and Albrecht. Oh shit, I just basically revealed to him I could see souls.
Wait, hold on, you could do what? What was that?
I can see souls.
You didn't think that was an important thing to add? Could be something that really could have increased your adventure rates.
To be fair, we kind of been on like non-stop stuff ever since I got it.
Wow.
So the ability to effectively market that as an ability hasn't really come up as much as I would have liked.
Whatever. Goes back to mixing things together.
We gave you a good rate.
I mean, I could tell if some guy's actually dead or not. That's pretty much how else can I market that? Speaking of, okay, like basically everything about Parn, everything about him's the same. Soul's in good condition, no damage, no chipping or fracturing. It's just basically as if he was asleep. Even
I'm
though
curious.
he's never slept.
We mentioned this before, but we kind of joked about it. Is my soul actually a little bit bigger than everybody else's?
Not really.
Yeah, basically.
You mentioned that as a joke because I'm the oldest motherfucker in the room. But I was wondering if it's actually true that age equates to bigger soul.
If it does, it probably is not marginally or substantially bigger than ours. I suspect that.
Not really noticeably bigger.
I suspect, like, getting to the scale of like Saru, you probably have to be around for a couple millennia, probably. But yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. Just keeping an eye out, noting the bunch of people going down to roughly where we came from, and Albrecht's doing his thing, and Sarah's doing her thing.
Do you not have any kind of like smelling salts or something to wake him up?
Nope.
You took all our shit.
We got
I
nothing.
didn't take any of your stuff.
Be quiet, Ghost of Parn.
This is Albrecht talk.
Be quiet, Force Ghost Parn. Albrecht is talking.
Wait, they actually heard me say that?
I said
No.
I joked it as like Force Ghost.
No, that would be great. Then I could start reciting everything I've seen. I don't do
So,
that.
yeah, you've been watching movies with my Jack in the Box. I don't get that reference either.
Yeah. We don't have anything on hand, unfortunately. And I got some
Smelling
really...
salts aren't really a thing in 5e. There's nothing really like that. I think it's assumed you do something like that with a medicine check. Let me go look it up.
They exist in like 3.5 and Pathfinder. But that's pretty much it as far as I know.
But yeah, nothing I have on me is smelling salts. Healer's kits don't come with any.
But yeah. I ain't outside unless... Nah, it wouldn't work. Plus,
I guess if I was to risk it, I can go and see if anybody has any smelling salts.
let's
That'll throw me into jail.
not. Let's not. And you probably have a better chance at getting him up by farting in his face or something.
Excuse me. How vulgar.
Medicine checks allow you to stabilize a dying companion or diagnose an illness. That's it. That's all it says.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't say anything about surgery. Even then, surgery really wouldn't do anything here. Or would it?
Cut him open, Sarah.
What?
Cut him open.
Wisdom
Surgery
check
time.
can be used.
Is that Loki? Is Loki commanding me?
Wisdom checks can be used to get a gut feeling about what course of action you should do, determine if something's dead or living or undead. Nope, nothing about
No.
yeah, nothing about getting people out of comas.
Nope. Basically, we have to wait for you to get up.
And again, it's 5e, so if it's not a 5e fucking condition, there's not going to be any rules for getting out of it.
Outside of whatever the DM states.
Lux, would I be able to make a medical check or a knowledge check to see if I can make smelling salts?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to do a medical check or a intelligence check?
Do a medical check.
Medical, please.
24. Would I be able to figure out how to make maybe a smelling salt substitute? And if I can, I know if the ingredients are on hand or close to me.
It's not just ammonium carbonate, so you can make that pee. I think pee has ammonia in it.
Yeah, urine has ammonia.
Yes, you know how you could make smelling salts. It would be a very arduous process involving, I think, probably peeing, and then waiting for it to cake onto a substance, scraping that off, and then, yeah, bunch of chemistry. But not something you'd have the resources for here.
All
So
right. Something to think about.
I need to let this set for like 5 hours. I think might be time to take a rest.
All right.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that was Albrecht saying the 5-hour thing, right?
Yeah, that's me, big guy.
Okay.
So, Sarah, you have an idea about like smelling salts?
Flux, would I know in 5 hours if I would be able to recreate smelling
No.
salts?
No.
Okay.
Well, should at least be able to tell me the
We
process.
are not playing with RP in this campaign. It's like
You know what? I just turned to Rogar and I said, "Depends. I bring out my pot. Are you willing to pee into this?"
Sure. And I
All
look
right,
at her
that's good to
quizzically.
know. I put the pot away. Good to know.
Okay, seriously, just for the record, because Zahn, you don't normally think about healing spells besides just straight healing. you have a spell or two that might help here if you prepare it. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I doubt that, but all right.
I'll take a look at the spellbook if you want. So I guess while it's setting, I'll just sit down against the wall and just nod off.
Okay. Is anyone doing checks or?
I'll do a watch for like, okay, I'll stay up for like 2.5 hours, and let Sarah sleep for that bit, and I'll take a rest during that second 2.5 hours. Perception?
Okay.
I was asking you
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You note that you don't see any of the normal passers or any of the patrols over in this area.
So basically, it's like the area's getting like empty.
Yes.
Alright. As I go to wake Sarah up, I let her know that the immediate area seems like it's becoming a bit more barren. There seems to be people are just leaving. Hopefully you might be able to. Hopefully you might see something else. And I just get to a wall and just nod off.
All right, I pick up my watch. Do you want me to making a perception?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second. Perception, where are you? 24.
Nothing really occurs during your watch except for halfway through, Parn wakes up.
Did I see anything in the last bit of the vision?
No.
Parn, you're awake.
How long was I out? Wait, where are we here?
You were in a coma.
I'm gonna turn to Albrecht. Where is he awake?
He's sleeping.
Left.
I'm gonna. Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. This is kind of important. I'm gonna nudge Albrecht awake.
Really? You're gonna wake him up?
Yep.
Why? Why not
Yeah.
just let him? Okay.
That's up.
I know the history of your god.
You don't. Oh.
All
Sarah's-
of his history.
Sarah's just gonna turn, looking back out the window. She's not quite prepared to hear this.
You see the eyes of a man rationalizing behind his head. The answer to my life's work or a few more minutes of sleep. He kind of shakes and pulls out a notebook. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So apparently I was out for Sarah. How long? How long has it been?
It's been like 7 hours.
It's been 7 hours.
It felt a lot longer than 7 hours, Parn. You felt like you watched that thing for lifetimes.
May have been 7 hours for you. Was at least 10,000, if not more, years for me.
Not 10,000. Not 10,000.
How long?
An upward maximum of maybe 9,995.
Okay. Around 10,000 years for me. In the beginning, your god was a normal dwarf, a very smart one. He was gifted with alchemy and inventing. He was born in this town, and it was very small then. As his abilities grew, the town grew. People flocked to him. People started to treat him as, I wouldn't say God, but as what would be the accurate thing here, Flux? What would the
reverence?
Yeah, with reverence. He lived a long life. He invented the golems, the pool. He invented the dragon's head. He invented the spider
You invented
legs.
the whole. You saw the whole dragon, you. You saw a whole dragon.
He invented an entire bronze dragon, which is what this city is digging for right now. It seems like. He died. So I should tell you, you're correct. When he died, his soul split into two. One part, pure white. All the goodness of him, I would say, flew out into the heavens, which were they barren at that time when I saw it?
You saw a few things up there, but nowhere near as many stars as now.
The stars were much less than they are now. I wouldn't say barren, but they were a lot less than now in the sky. Unfortunately, when his soul split, a dark part was left behind. Decayed, black. Kind of like what Rogar was talking about. And it stayed with the body. It is what that portal was. It is what Ardrin is worshiping now. It is the dark side of your god.
Sarah's not quite sure how to take that in, because this is another deity, and she's just like, oh no.
And when that Parn gives a small bow, and he goes to fucking sleep.
Hold up a second, Parn. You just wake up someone else, and then just no, you were in a coma. You don't get to sleep.
We have a story about souls, and don't even wake up your soul expert friend, by the way. I want to point that out.
Parn, okay, I'm justifying this is Parn literally just woke up from a almost 10,000 year adventure. That is even long for a elf. Parn's not thinking straight. Parn is I want to make this canon. Parn, when he walked over, he barely was paying Sarah attention. His eyes are glazed over. He only went
Bloodshot?
to no, not Bloodshot. Glazed over. He only went to Albrecht because in the back of his mind, somewhere, what he just saw connected to with the task he was given by Albrecht. The stories he heard from Albrecht. That is why he needed to tell Albrecht. Parn is now passing out. Parn does not understand everything he just said. He just knows what he saw. And he needed to tell someone who he feels would understand what he was saying. In fact, I would like it very much if as soon as Parn finished telling this story, he passed out right then and there. Like,
he slammed down to the ground, and this time he did snore.
So basically, he looked like from Saints Row 1, where you're doing that the insurance fraud, and you just lose all control like puppet string drop.
No, Parn collapsed in Family Guy fall style. So like one arm's up, one arm's down, one leg's kind of to the back.
Ah.
Have you ever seen a show or anime where they have a guy come out of like he comes out
yes,
of
I know the faceplant thing.
Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, Rogar is sleeping happily, dreaming dreams of dreams.
So, Sarah, it's now quiet, and then you know that
Albrecht?
Albrecht looks. Yeah.
If you want to go back to sleep, I'm still on watch.
So, I had to finish this expedition initially. I had to finish this expedition selling the idea that Morden truly was born and died and became a god. Now I have to sell this. Now I have to reveal this expedition. Had that happen, then had an overall takeover, kidnapped all the dwarves, and now this expedition was not what I set out to do.
I'm terribly sorry. You set out for a noble thing and it turned into this.
I would like to ask, as Parn was telling his tale and right before he passed out, what was Albrecht's face like? Was it inquisitive or was it shock and horror?
It's kind of a gape.
Did it look like he believed me, or does it look like he thinks I was making shit up?
You're not really certain.
Okay, that's all I needed to ask until I wake up again.
I wonder if other gods work this way.
But
Sarah, who do you worship?
I worship Freya.
What is the history of Freya?
Oh shit, Parn didn't mention the other lights going into the sky, did he? Alright, I'll have to... Yeah, sorry.
You mentioned the soul going to the sky, then forming the web.
No, I didn't mention the others. That after it was barren, and then I was in a dark place for a long time. I passed out right after I finished saying the two sides split and what happened to him. I have to remember to do that later. Sorry.
Flux, do you want me to make a roll on this, or do you want me to just go by what I think I know?
You'd be a rather shitty worshiper of Freya if you didn't know this.
Like, do I have to bring out my book? I hate to bring out my book.
Sounds like you don't know. Sounds like you don't know the history of Freya, bud. Sounds like you might be a bad worshiper. History of Freya is you're not really certain. There's kind of the tales that Freya was born of the Vanir, kind of other half of gods that she. Well, now hold on. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Freya's. Why the hell did you choose Freya? Freya's the weird one. Freya's almost like half.
That's like you don't know the history of your own god there.
Problem is Freya's god. Like sometimes. Problem is Freya's sometimes Odin's wife and sometimes not. Sometimes she's just god of war.
She is of the Vanir, of the deities, but she became an honorary member of the Aesir. I know she was born of Jord. We're not told of who her mother is. She is a twin brother to Freyr. In some tales she's married to Odin, but in others is not.
Okay, we're good now. Okay. Well, that was a lot of names that I didn't understand. But you don't. She wasn't a person, so okay.
Enjoy being an atheist.
If anything, a Vanir is like kind of like akin to giants.
Actually, they'd be more akin to Fae. The Vanir were nature gods.
Is it?
Yes.
It depends on which one.
Yeah, most of the Vanir were fertility, wisdom, future kind of stuff. They were more nature as opposed to the more physical gods as they used to.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep on this. Arjun tries to go to sleep. No, Albrecht tries to go to sleep.
He's literally just been told the history of his god and his life's work. And he's sitting here going, from the mouth of a fucking elf. That's where I learned this. Really? Really, motherfucker?
It would have been a bit more dignified if it was from that dragonborn, but not an elf. Why the elf?
I have to imagine Parn's gonna be poked and prodded to death when he wakes up by Albrecht. It's just gonna be like, no, motherfucker, I got questions.
So I guess as he tries to go to sleep, I just kind of stare out the window, and now I'm just kind of like, did they teach us anything else? Is there anything that they forgot?
Out of curiosity, Zahn, did you mention when Parn and Albrecht were up, like how about the congregation of people being moved towards where we entered this place from?
No, he kind of just woke up, told the story, and went to that. And I'm just like,
oh yeah, Parn's the only one that doesn't know that now. I mentioned that both to you and Albrecht. Never mind.
Yeah.
Parn is literally on the ground in front of Albrecht, unless Albrecht moved, passed out. It should look like Parn got up, walked over, said a story, and then passed out.
Meanwhile,
I might be in another coma right now.
And I'm right in my And I'm just dreaming dreams of dreams that a Dragonborn would dream. Completely oblivious to all of this.
So the night passes without any more distractions, and everyone wakes up. Albrecht goes over to finish working on his concoction, and you guys wake. You guys are reunited with Parn. Yay!
Ah, buddy, how are you?
What happened? Wait, why are we here?
Yep.
What happened? Wait. Why was I lying on the floor? What?
I don't know. I put you in bed. Did you sleepwalk or
Hands
something?
off.
Yeah.
Oh, Pardon's suddenly gonna shut up. He's gonna have a look of realization on his face, and he's gonna walk over to Albrecht.
Yeah, what? Don't.
Are you-
No, I'm good.
Are you
I'm good.
okay?
You stay with them. I don't need any more.
Parn,
I don't need any more revelations from you right now. Finish this, and we can deal with that.
I
No, back
I'm
over with them.
sorry. Hard, for the first time that you have ever known him, he has got not a sarcastic look on his face. He has an actual mournful, sorry look on his face. I apologize, and then he walks over to Sarah. Sarah,
Yeah?
can you? I vaguely remember you were in the room. Could you tell me exactly what I said?
You basically told both me and mainly Albrecht, but on the whole life story of their god and what happened, and the soul going up and the wicked one staying.
Oh, did
And
I
now,
What?
did I mention staying in place for like 8,000 years?
I
And
I don't recall. I'm currently questioning my own faith at the moment.
Hey,
How that works.
Rogar,
Yeah?
you know that spider web thing you say you see?
Yeah, when I look at the sky?
Yeah, I think I also saw its creation.
Alright. Alright, you got my attention.
I think I saw the birth of the gods. They were
Interesting.
No, hold on.
Interesting.
No, hold on, Mia. Let me
No, it
make
wasn't
this
that.
clear. What you saw was little lights going up towards where the initial light went, and then forming a strand of the spiderweb.
Oh, I thought you said essentially after the first one, many years went by, and then I
You
saw
saw-
basically other dots being created.
No, you saw
Meaning
little.
other
You
gods.
saw more little lights going up to where the original dot went, and then forming the strand.
Fascinating.
All right,
So
then
that's what the
reverse that a
tendrils are.
little bit. I saw start of the spider web.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I don't particularly worship. I'm gonna butcher this. So if
Farlogin.
I'm saying Farlogin,
Farlogin.
very well.
Farlogin.
Farlogin.
Far logging.
Farlogin.
Someone's logging, but they're far away, so they're farlogging.
Farlogin. Very
Stop
in
butchering my.
depthly. But I think when I die, that's where I'm gonna go.
Well, that's where Montaro and Nightmare went.
I think they went to their respective gods. Did you say Nightmare kind of like just
He
danced
wandered around.
then went up?
Yeah, wandered around a bit and then went right into the sky. I don't recall it getting. I don't recall it like going up through a tendril or not, unlike Montaro.
Interesting. So
Nightmare did not go into a tendril.
Okay, his did
So
not
I-
go into a tendril, but Montaro's
so
did.
it sounds like, and I'm gonna say this quietly, but also loud enough for Albrecht to hear if he wants to hear. It sounds like when we die, based on who we worship, we go to meet them. If we don't worship, we still go to the same overall place.
Hmm.
Though.
Except I don't believe in gods.
Well, I guess you're gonna follow Nightmare. Parn says with the first just starting to get back his sarcastic bent. Yeah, that was. So, did I bleed? Did anything happen? And Parn's gonna look down down to his hand.
Well,
Why are there bite marks on my arm?
yeah, Sarah got a bit frisky trying to wake you up.
Frisky?
Parn's gonna look to Sarah. Really? You thought biting me was gonna wake me up?
Would you rather me bite you?
I was gonna put pee chemicals under your nose.
You know, I was going to try to recreate smelling salts. That would not have been fun. I can tell you how it's done.
Whatever you did, I don't think it was gonna help.
Anyway, Parn?
I connected with something there. I don't know if it's if I connected to whatever the history of this place is. I don't know if I connected to the history of Mordrin. I don't know what I connected to, but whatever it was, that was an experience. I know I may look like my normal 201-year-old self, but I have now lived for over 10,000 years. At least my mind has. And this is a weird adjustment.
Anyway, figure you might want to know something.
Yeah, what actually is going on? Did we ever inspect the other rooms? Did we find anything on the bodies? That's the first statement you've heard out of Parn that actually sounds like him. Did we loot the bodies? What'd we find? Did that guy have a knife hammer?
Open your palm.
Okay, open my palm.
Here's a silver.
Yeah. Parn is giving the Gohan Dragon Ball Z abridged. Yay! And his eyes turn to the side.
I smile and I ask him, pick a card.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but if you want to risk it, Parn takes a step back.
And this is from the deck of cards we got from them. Not the 4 I collected. I'll showingly lift one of those cards up and show him the face.
Cool. Give that 1 second. Give me a roll a d22. Helgar. 22.
No, that didn't roll for some reason. Oh, I see why.
You just rolled 22. Roll a d22. 8. That is.
Uh-oh. Did they actually have it?
So, hold on. You disappear and you become entombed in a state of suspended animation in an extra dimensional sphere.
Well, shit.
You were wearing carrying stays behind on the person. Goodbye, Renault. Messing with you.
Well, shit.
It's an ace of clubs.
Whew! You scared me for a second. We're saying, you're getting tuned in. I thought, oh fuck, did they actually have the deck that I was looking for? That they took?
Yeah, you don't have to attune with a deck of many things. It's literally pick up and draw. So, I mean...
So was that actually the deck? Or was that just a deck of cards?
If it was a deck, something would have happened. So it's just a deck of cards.
So you're seeing an ace of clubs, was it?
Yeah. You know, Rogar, if we ever actually find those decks again, which I'm kind of glad we haven't heard explosions or whatever the hell they do, maybe don't try to use one as a prank. Again, 500-year-old lich, scared of a deck of cards. Maybe we don't want to mess with it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just...
Keep in mind, that lich was so confident, he had turned an entire town into an organ factory and lured adventurers. He didn't know what he didn't know what we were going to be. He had no clue. Lured adventurers into town.
Though I think he technically flirted with both me and Montaro.
Whatever, still, scared, deck of cards. Whatever it is, it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, Albrecht, what are we doing?
I need like an hour to finish this up. Then we'll have a liquid to coat your weapons in to break through the gold.
Alright, for the record, Flux. We all got healed and everything? That was a spells, that's a long rest? Okay.
Yeah, I guess yours was a long rest. Wasn't that long, but I guess.
Okay. Alright. Well, I promise not to give you any more, pardon says with a smile, any more mind-splitting revelations if you promise that you're going to do your best to help us this time and not run away.
I mean, that's the plan.
Okay. Now, do you know where they keep prisoner stuff?
Probably in the marketplace.
Yeah, speaking of the marketplace, I mentioned that to Sarah and Albert last night, but it looked like a large number of people left the marketplace, heading roughly in the direction from where we originally entered this place. Out of curiosity, Albert, roughly what is like over in this area anyway? And I'm like pointing roughly in that area. It'd be behind that
temple that we don't fuck with. The place we have to go to stop this. The casket, the grave. That's what's over there. Do you have to have an hour? This is the first time Parn hearing this.
I mean,
this was last night.
I mean, I could probably rush it and get, like, maybe take, like, 20 minutes and get enough stuff for you guys. But to treat this whole thing and get stuff ready for... To treat the whole thing, he said he kind of trails off. To treat the whole thing, I'll need an hour.
Okay.
I'd rather not rush it.
I'd rather not rush
based
either.
Based on our experience, how much time will it take to get down to there? Traveling through the city?
That'll take maybe 30 minutes.
Okay. Guys, I don't want to do this, but someone has to. Remember, they were trying to sacrifice us to that portal, okay? It is only because Ardrin got lucky on that throw check. Whatever the hell he did.
Hold on. As you guys are talking, you hear a loud voice come over the whole city.
Like through a PA?
Kind of. More like it's distinct, like you remember, like when the large crystal exploded over Highmore, and the voice came from that.
Okay.
Magically induced voice.
All right.
Parn, Sarah, Rogar, I know you're out there. I was content with leaving you in the dungeons, leaving you in the cells until I'd finished. But if your intent is to cause havoc in my city, accost my civilians, destroy my possessions, you leave me no choice. You're friends of the Myconids, aren't you? I have your friends. Meet me where you first entered the city. You have 1 hour. And the voice goes away.
Great. Alright, so here's the deal. I like the Myconins. I would like to save them. At the same time, I'm having to think about the greater good here. And the greater good is to stop what appears to be the dark side of God from taking over the entire world. So, what do we want to do here? I was gonna go check out the marketplace and see if I can get our shit back. I don't know if that's an option now. What do you guys think?
Roughly how long would it take him to get to the marketplace if he were to try and do that?
And aren't we right next to the marketplace?
Yeah, it'd take maybe 5 minutes to get there.
All right, and I'm just gonna look towards the marketplace. Like, does it appear like there's any real congregations of souls anymore, or is it like empty?
It looks. You note that the main marketplace that you guys were in still seems to be populated. You note that the other marketplaces seem to be completely abandoned.
I think it's just prisoners left in there now. I don't know if there are any other guards. And
Now, I want to let you know that before the marketplace had a massive congregation of souls, that there was a amount of soul pollution that you couldn't see through. There's nothing there anymore.
Oh, the one where there was all the soul pollution. Okay, that one marketplace right there. There was just like so much, like it was like bright light because of all the souls. It's dark. There's nothing there.
Right. Aubric, how much of that stuff will you have in the end?
Shit. I'll have enough to arm the whole marketplace.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Well,
the old gnome has a plan.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead. We've got to try and free the people in the marketplace now.
They're good. They're good, okay? Look, I've made a shit ton of deals with the Myconids. I can't let them die here.
I'm that's what I'm saying. We head to the marketplace, we get reinforcements, then we march en masse on the fucking... I'm telling you right now, there's a shit ton of golems in that section. We came from there to get into this city. We are not gonna be enough. I'm telling you.
Albert's fucking like was running through his hair. Okay,
He is trying to get us into a trap to kill us.
I'll douse. Look, we get there. If we go to the marketplace, by the time we take the marketplace, it's gonna be too late. There's no way we can get to the marketplace, take it over, and make it to the temple. That's not gonna work. Look, he quickly mixes stuff together. I can have this stuff ready to go. We'll douse your weapons. You guys can go. Head to the temple. I don't know, try to stall him, do something. And I think the old gnome's got a plan, and we can get the marketplace ready to reform.
Okay. We've already been able to get in there once.
Yeah.
If we go alone, does it know about you? Does it know you helped us?
He knows.
You say that, but he didn't mention your name.
Yeah. He knows I am here, though. I've been making myself a nuisance for a while.
Yeah. Can you, once you're done, we'll go on ahead, we'll stall, we'll see what we can do. Can you arm what's left of the marketplace and get them over there?
That's the plan.
Okay. I'm trusting you. This is all our lives.
I have faith in the old gnome. Do you, Parn?
I mean, as long as no one has the silence effect, he'll probably be perfect for this. Parn says with a sad but also sarcastic smile. All right, yeah. All right, Parn lays out his weapons, and he's gonna... Parn's itching. Parn wants to go. Parn doesn't want to wait, but Parn gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Aubric, one thing. All our equipment was in there, including all our magic items.
I know.
Okay. On top of that, this is very important. If this all goes south, all of it, in my bag of holding, there was an orb. As far as I know, because let's not go into it. We don't have time for silly stories, even though you know what? He pulled a card from a deck and had an anvil fall on him. He fucking put on the funny belt. He got really upset. It was hilarious. You would have laughed. Parn trying to say with the most half-assed smile he can, try to lighten the mood.
It doesn't.
Yeah. In that bag of holding, there is an orb. That orb will take you back to Highmore.
You all have to be touching each other.
No, this is a warn the world.
you know it. Yeah, Rogar, you know it won't work with that many people.
Shit.
If it goes shit, get as many as you can out. It will work for up to, what was it, 10?
Up to, yeah.
Up to 10 people. Warn the world. Now, I'm telling you right now, Highmoor is already under the threat of a giant black dragon, so they're gonna look at you funny. But tell everyone you can. I'm trusting with this if we all die. And Parn's got the most serious look on his face he possibly can muster.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, Parn just stands by the door and keeps watch.
Are we ready to go?
Okay.
All right. Also,
Right.
before we head out, guys, the long rest that completely fills up all your HP.
Yeah, we know.
Just want to remind you.
We have to wait for him to treat our weapons, then we can go. Can't
Yeah.
go until he
Albert
does.
pulls out kind of a cup and starts and kind of gets liquid from the jugs and and douses it over your weapon. Okay, you guys should be ready to go. Weapons kind of glow a silver sheen.
All right,
I
that's
grab both my both swords and I'm out. I'm not out the door, but I'm motioning. Let's go.
all right. So yeah, I'm guessing he applied it over the adamantine longsword.
Yes, you
All right.
over your weapons.
All right. So both of them. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. All right. Includes your mace, Sarah. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Parnes. We've got an invitation. I don't imagine we're gonna be stopped, but I still. Would I know we could get over there and still stealth to our best ability, or would stealthing cause us to be too late?
Stuff would slow you down a bit. It may cause you to be too late depending on what you meet along the road.
Fuck it. All right. Well,
Unfortunately,
this is not a time for stealth.
yeah.
Let's go. And Parn starts heading out the door.
Shit. I know this isn't what you guys want to hear.
You wanna stop the session?
I would, yeah.
I mean, we only got like.
4
Alright.
minutes left.
Do you
Things that
want us
happen,
to want us to at least get there and then stop? That
I
That
don't
way, when we pick it up, it's literally we're there.
Yep.
Or do you want to? Or do you not even want to do that?
I think we should stop here.
Okay.
All right.
The end.
By the
Alright.
way, I want to fucking give props to this goddamn music.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
I've got to
Or
know.
temple. Hear
Did you-
us, all, Father.
Yeah. I've got to know. Did you expect me to have Parn fucking sit on the altar
Spoilers.
and go?
Spoilers.
Just assume.
No, that's not spoilers. That's a DM. Did you expect a player to do this?
I have a suspicion he probably has a few. He has like a scatterboard thing of, okay, if they do this, okay, this is what could happen. If they do this instead, this is what could happen. I kind of think he has something
Fuck
like
you.
that.
I thought I was being fucking off the wall there. I want to know if I was actually being off the wall or predicted. Fuck you. I think that's your answer when you don't want to say, yeah, you fucked up my plan. Rules question, are the weapons now considered +1? Magical in nature +1.
Sure, why not? Fuck it.
Go.